Well, on this, my colleague Natasha joining us on the telecast. Natasha, I wish to understand from you, of course, New York is a place where, of course, eyes will all be, of course, on the voting that's taking place there. But there are several other districts as well where voting is underway. Walk us through that and tell us what exactly are the places where there are key contenders and where eyes will, of course, be drawn.
Yes, well, we are right now in Queens, which is one neighborhood in New York City, which is very rich in immigrants. In fact, a huge South Asian population here, and all eyes at the moment are on the New York City mayoral election. I mean, polls are going to close at 9 p.m., which is about an hour and a half from now. And at the moment, Mamdani is leading in the polls. And we're joined actually now by two volunteers, two Indian Americans who live here in the city and who have been volunteering from the Mamdani campaign. And you want to talk to them a little bit about why they chose to put in their ask to support Mamdani and what they're seeing on the ground from other New Yorkers.
Hi, my name is Anurima Pargav, and I am out here in Queens tonight because Zohran Mamdani is standing up for us as South Asians, as immigrant communities. He's standing up for the working people across New York, and he's standing up for a New York that is going to be a place where all of us can thrive together.
What about you?
Hi, my name is Gaurav. I've been volunteering for his campaign because he's brought a sense of love and energy and positivity back to New York City that's been missing for a long time and is especially missing at our federal level. So walking around the city talking about Zohran has brought back a sense of energy that is infectious, and I'm very excited to see him win tonight.
So there you are hearing about the positivity that a lot of New Yorkers, not just Indian Americans, are feeling regarding Mamdani. They also see him as setting the tone for how Democrats can lead going ahead. Remember, just a year ago, we were watching the presidential campaign and the Democrats are really struggling to get through to young people, to get across social media, which is mostly dominated by conservatives. And Mamdani's campaign, which has really reached out to young New Yorkers, in not just of South Asian descent, but across different divides, talking about with his campaign, focusing on that positive energy, even though questions are being raised about how he's going to actually pull off some of his campaign promises, as well as questions that are also being raised here in New York, which is a very diverse community around his views also on Israel, and the Jewish community in New York has some questions about that too.
Right. Natasha, I also wish to understand from you, there are a lot of things happening in the US at the moment. There's, of course, the government shutdown as well. Now, what exactly is driving voter sentiment? If you were to, summarize it for us, what exactly are the key factors based on which the voters are voting there?
Well, we have a couple, while this mayoral election is closely being watched, this is not the only key election tonight. We are also seeing races in New Jersey. And that's being closely watched as well. And then we are also seeing a major proposition which is being voted on in California with regards to redistricting. And while that is not for a member of Congress or a mayor, that is for a proposition that could have a huge impact on the elections in 2026, and that's redistricting in California, which would change the number of representatives from that area. So that's another close election that's being watched from the national point of view, alongside, of course, New York City, New Jersey, and some other states.
Right, absolutely, Natasha, rightly pointed out by you that this, of course, could set the tone for the 2026 midterm elections. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing those details with us.